Hey friends, Todd Shipman here, Dean of Graduate Studies, Associate Professor of Biblical Studies at Midwestern Baptist Theological Seminary. It's April 11, 2025. I want to think with you about 77 years ago, April 11, 1948, a press release from Yale University. Professor Millar Burrows, who was the director of the American Schools of Oriental Research, announcing the discovery of some scrolls that had been found in Israel. Yes, the Dead Sea Scrolls. It was 77 years ago today as the press release to inform the world of the discovery of these scrolls. If you are in biblical studies, this has to be the most important press release in the last 100 years for sure, of what has been found and the importance of these scrolls. When I think about the Dead Sea Scrolls here, I'm just holding an English, a translation in English of these, Wise, Abegg, and Cook. Excellent little volume here. You can pick this up and read through. And if you're interested in the more technical studies, the actual scholarly volumes are the Discoveries in the Judean Desert, published by Oxford, and the Qumran Caves are listed there. Inside, there are photographs of the plates themselves, and then on the facing page, the text that you can read. I think about the Dead Sea Scrolls, obviously the Great Isaiah Scroll, pushing the dating of the book of Isaiah back hundreds of years earlier. It's not word for word from the Hebrew Bible, but it is so close, really. When we think about all the words, very close. It's not exact, but a high percentage. And when we think about the value of the dating, the stability of the text comes up, that this text has been preserved in traditions and we can trust it. When we think about the quantity of biblical texts at Qumran, the most frequently occurring count of biblical texts, Isaiah, Genesis, Deuteronomy, Psalms, the very texts that spike in the New Testament. Those are the books that are most often quoted in the New Testament as well. And that just helps us to think about the way the Bible tells one story, and certain places in the Bible really come up and stitch the Bible together when we think about biblical studies and from a New Testament perspective as well. When I think about the discovery of these scrolls, I think about the way that the dating presses back earlier. We think about how we can study language, grammar, words themselves, but also worldview. The discovery of these scrolls has led to archaeological activity, and the archaeological activity around these caves, the number of ritual baths, mikvot, that have been found, the high quantity of pottery that has been found, a great concern for ritual purity among these people, a great concern for deliverance, for someone to come, a teacher or an outside figure who would come and help to deliver them. Maybe it's someone rising up from inside, but perhaps someone coming to rescue Jewish people who are faithful. And we think about this desire for truth and righteousness, a teacher to come up, maybe an external figure who would come and deliver these individuals. And we think about this worldview of deliverance and purity. Takes me right to the New Testament. Whenever I read the scrolls in a large swath, I go right to the book of Hebrews. God, who at various times, various ways, in times past, spoke to the fathers and the prophets, has in these last days spoken to us by his Son. In him we have forgiveness of sin, finally. And we think about the Dead Sea Scrolls, we think about these worldview issues and the fulfillment that has come in Jesus. Broad swaths here today for you to think about on this 77th anniversary of the world finding out about these scrolls and their value for us today. For more book chats, go to biblicalstudiestoday.com. For more information on biblical studies courses, go to mbts.edu. See you next time.